Hi everyone, welcome to the Big Lady of the Small House channel. Today I'm kind of out of space outfit just because I'm doing the treating mites. I've removed some of the hippeastrums from the greenhouse because it needs a bit of cleaning, and anyway spraying the toxic stuff in a small space isn't really healthy, especially with my allergies, so I'm doing it outside. The weather is quite okay for now, not too windy. So what I did here, got a solution in the jar, and get it tighter and get some pumping up. So what I'll do, the hippeastrums that with the leaves up, I will spray them, and the other ones they're kind of lying flat because they were inside, they've never been outside to the wind, so right now they're fallen. But when I go return them back to the greenhouse and I'll get them support, they should be okay. So I've got the safety glasses, the mask, the gloves on, just because this stuff isn't really healthy. So what I'll do now, I'll treat the bulblets first, the seedlings, just spraying like this from underneath and everything. They should be fine. I've got this, apparently this could be chlorosis, but this could be the virus too, so it's kind of standing apart. I brought it in for the treatment, and this is what I do. I spray this in thoroughly, and once I finish spraying, I will use my gloves just to go through the leaves and swipe them just to clean it. This one has been some strange stuff on us inside, so it needs a bit more from every corner, every side. Under leaves and everything, and these ones are too. This one is particularly affected with mite. There are mites inside the leaf, so I definitely need to treat them. So once I finish, I will rinse off with water. That's what I'm doing it outside, so it doesn't stick to the greenhouse, not to the windows, not to the doors, nor anything. And definitely this is not gonna. That's it. The bottle is finished, and what I'll do now is just thoroughly rub the leaf just to make sure that the whole leaf is covered. This acaricide that treats mites, it also affects the eggs, and so when the new mites appear from the egg, they bite the shell and they'll be poisoned, just like this. And in the greenhouse where I cannot really spray anything, this one is actually affected. So with this one, what I do is I've got the piece of cloth and I dump it into Miralt. This is the solution, actually the name of it, Miralt. It's the Ukrainian stuff. So the heavily affected, I don't know why, but Picasso, then Ruby Star and Papilio, also the what's the name of it, so many of them that I keep forgetting the names now. The Provence, they're heavily affected by the mite. I don't know why, they're probably too tasty for mites. So after I just because here I apply more pressure and the leaves might crack. I keep this away, and with these ones just rub the leaves with the glove and we continue. So this one is a bit, yeah, table dance. I guess this will need two, but let me treat others first, and I'll be back to that one with a piece of cloth. Rilona. Yeah, just like this, you apply to any damages that leaf might have. So by the time the mites appear, they'll have the deadly cocktail. And of course, after this, I'll go directly to the shower to rinse off. I guess this one needs as well because it didn't wet the underleaf. This is where the mites actually prefer to stay, not on top. They're biting from underneath, like this. So I'll definitely grab a piece of cloth and then just walk around each one, just to make sure that it's all covered thoroughly. And I've got my immunocalis as well. It's been sprayed too. This one will remain here for another treatment because they definitely need an extra. This one is healthy. It's not affected by mites. Even thought it was standing in the corner with the mite ones. That's it. Nice and clean. It's fresh and squeaky. Love the sound. That's good. This one is good too. There's some inside. Spray it in. I should be okay. This one has arrived with the completely dead. There was a hole in the center. Apparently the side without a growth point doesn't really grow well, but like this. That's nice and healthy one. Generally with others that are lying flat, that would be the piece of cloth thoroughly wet and run against each leaf. This one is keep losing roots. There's a problem with rooting. Doesn't really look healthy bulb, so it needs a bit of cleaning again, like this. So this is gonna stay here on the sun just to dry out, and I'll take the bucket and I'll take the look at this, and I'll take my pieces of cloth into the greenhouse and I'll show you. I've already washed some yesterday. This is generally real washing, just because there was a dust in the greenhouse. It's a mess now, but as you can see, I've done some already, and it's wet. And let me get through, let's say this one. I'll start from the bottom so that the top leaves won't drain on me as I'm working on. And just like that, every single leaf It's a good wash as well, bath, just because we live in a desert, and you know, living in a desert, it doesn't matter how much you lock your windows, there's always get some sand and dust. This is what I got here, and I got some mushroom in here. So I removed the old scale and rub a bit against, I don't know if you can see that, against the neck, so the chemicals can go inside, because the mites usually stay here under the scale. They're hiding from all the bad conditions for them. And now I can continue cleaning leaves, so they'll come out nice and clean, and they can photosynthesis again and get some nutrients required for the blooming. And hopefully next year we'll have nice flowers. So this is what I usually do it with 2 hands, because right now I'm holding the camera. And this is not the virus, it is the spots. It's the iron ferrum halate. I don't know if it's the same in English, but I was applying it in spring just to exclude the chlorosis. So I've got this bin bag and another tissue. It's actually a good way to get rid of all those old pajamas and tea towels. Just cut them into pieces and use them to swipe the leaf of the hippeastrum. Just like this. Beautiful. The healthy leaf sounds like this. And as you can see, all my hippeastrums, they're sitting in 9 to 13 liter pots, except of boblets. They're in 5, from 3 to 5 liters, depending on their rooting stage. As far as they rooted, and they're growing nice healthy roots, they're transferred to 5 liters, then to 9, and so on. So they get plenty of nutrients required for healthy life. Just look at those leaves. Heaven, what a sound. Yeah, that's these spots. That's the iron. It's absolutely healthy. Oh, look at that. So this medicine this chemical is working for 21 days. It stays on the leaf and remains toxic for mites. And hopefully there will be no mites in the greenhouse after this one. Just because I was, you know, in the winter time when you buy new hippeastrums, you quarantine for a couple of months, you see it's okay, and then you get the surprise when you bring it to the greenhouse. So I got it in some infected. But so far, once I treat everything in here, it will remain here. And those that are outside will be treated once more, just before they get inside the greenhouse for the winter. So for those that will remain in the greenhouse, as you can see, I've cleaned, got them all out, and so those are treated will be back to their place. And hopefully there will be no mites, at least this season. until we get the windows and doors open for the next season. So that's it for today. Stay tuned. Bye.